the more I evaluate and make sense of what ImmunityBio are doing, the more I've come to realize how big this opportunity could be over the next 3 to 5 years. The key thing to understand about their treatment ANKTIVA is it works in synergy with other treatments. The doctors don't stop using current treatments, they simply add ANKTIVA on top of them. For example, right here in ImmunityBio's pipeline, we can see that for bladder cancer, ImmunityBio's treatment ANKTIVA is used in combination with BCG. And BCG, Bacillus calmette-guerin, which can be seen here, is the current standard bladder cancer immunotherapy. And so what this means for investors of ImmunityBio is effectively they've invested in ANKTIVA, this treatment, which works in combination with other treatments in multi-billion-dollar markets and actually enhances their performance and creates better outcomes for patients, saving their lives too. I mentioned in previous videos that KEYTRUDA reported 2024 sales of 29 billion and it generated 31 billion in 2025 for Merck globally too. And right here we can see that ImmunityBio has actually conducted trials in combinations with KEYTRUDA. You can see right here ANKTIVA plus KEYTRUDA or Opdivo, and data supports global launch of phase 3 trials of ANKTIVA plus KEYTRUDA or Opdivo. And we can see right here that this was for non-small cell lung cancer patients, which corresponds to this indication in ImmunityBio's pipeline right here. And this has since been approved in Saudi Arabia, where the Saudi FDA grants accelerated approval to ImmunityBio's ANKTIVA in combination with checkpoint inhibitors for metastatic non-small cell lung cancer. And a critical thing to note is around these checkpoint inhibitors right here. And these checkpoint inhibitors, they actually refer to KEYTRUDA and Opdivo, which you can see right here too. And so ANKTIVA works in combination with KEYTRUDA and Opdivo to enhance their performance and create better outcomes for patients. And a key thing to note about all of this, in order to kind of really understand how ImmunityBio can capitalize on this unique opportunity with ANKTIVA, is to look at the KEYTRUDA market value, for example, in Saudi Arabia, where the Saudi Arabia KEYTRUDA market was estimated at approximately 220 million USD based on a 5-year historical analysis. And so this is for the KEYTRUDA market alone in Saudi Arabia, and it doesn't actually kind of look into the opportunity that ANKTIVA has in working with other potential treatments in Saudi Arabia too. If we look at the Opdivo market as well, which was one of the ones I mentioned earlier in this video, in 2023, Opdivo generated 10 billion in global sales, of which lung cancer accounts for 32% of those Opdivo use cases, and Opdivo's use in first-line non-small cell lung cancer rose by 38% in 3 years. And this first-line non-small cell lung cancer, it's the same indication that we've been looking at and talking about that has been approved in Saudi Arabia in ImmunityBio's pipeline right here. And one of the huge opportunities with this investment in ImmunityBio is around ANKTIVA, and in particular kind of the market opportunity or the unique opportunity that we have as investors is the fact that ANKTIVA is so adaptable and versatile. It can be paired up with quite a number of different treatments, and at the same time, you know, ImmunityBio are working through this pipeline and trying to get it approved for a number of different indications across different cancers and other problems as well. You know, this ANKTIVA treatment is designed to work in partnership with different pharmaceutical products and to improve the performance of these said pharmaceutical products too. Right now it means ANKTIVA for non-small cell lung cancer can be paired up with existing multi-billion-dollar treatments like KEYTRUDA in Saudi Arabia right now. And so right now the market opportunity is only in Saudi Arabia. We can see right here in ImmunityBio pipelines, we can see that the indication, you know, the non-small cell lung cancer, which has been approved in Saudi Arabia, is currently in phase 3 in the US. And we can see from this press release right here that submissions to multiple additional regulatory authorities, excluding the US, for accelerated approval planned in 2026. There are also discussions with the US FDA regarding an accelerated approval pathway also planned for 2026 for this treatment. And this would be absolutely huge for ImmunityBio. You know, the move to get an accelerated approval brings the ANKTIVA treatment one step closer to this approval in the US. And they're already making moves for an accelerated approval in other territories as well. This would open up ANKTIVA to potentially pair up with existing US blockbuster treatments, which dominate this indication right here, the non-small cell lung cancer market. It creates an opportunity for ANKTIVA to open up multi-billion-dollar markets in the US if approved. And if we look at this indication with a current approval in Saudi Arabia, and then working towards these discussions with the FDA in the US regarding an accelerated approval pathway and submissions to multiple additional regulatory authorities not in the US too, they would then have the opportunity to pair up or partner up with blockbuster treatments in the US and these other territories or regions, opening opportunities to leverage multi-billion-dollar markets worldwide. And so with all of this in mind, I can't stress enough how big an opportunity this is, you know, and congrats to anyone who's been investing and getting in early on this stock. I'm in this for the long term simply because I've started to see and I've started to map out what the opportunity is, what the kind of business strategy or execution strategy is over the short-term future or even over the next few years. And so in the next few videos, I'm going to dissect ImmunityBio in a lot more detail. I'm going to look at some of the other indications. I'm going to look at some of the recent positive news with expansion into Europe in different indications as well, and explore the impact on shareholders too. But look, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.